That's and I yeah, we're on right now.
Okay.
Welcome to Honorable Mentions, the show that I host every Wednesday at 9:30, where we look at the tweets that were the biggest tweets of the week. We're going to riff on them. We're going to check them out. Not just me, but other people as well. First, I need to introduce my co-host. Any week now, I'll be updating the graphics for promotion to indicate that he is also a part of the show, but we haven't done it yet. Please give a warm welcome to the comedian, the family man, and my partner in crime. And by crime, I mean crime. Adi Heller.
Hello, Rachel.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. I have a soda. I'm on TV, and by TV, I mean Twitch. You have
the People's Pint.
The People's Pint. So that's, I believe, Diana, Princess of Wales, used to drink that. And I know my history, which I don't. Hello, Ansel, in the chat. If you're in the chat, say hello. If you're not in the chat, don't. So it's me and Adi, and of course we also have our guest. We always have a guest now. That's a new thing. Please give it up for the comedian, the wet expert, Sophie Hadingham.
Yes.
Hey everyone. Hello. You brought that up. My favorite part of Spencer is when Diana just chugs IPAs the whole movie. It's so good.
I mean, it's
she's undiscerning about it, which is
It really captures her. Yeah.
I think it really symbolizes. I think her preference for IPAs really symbolizes her sort of like unraveling state of her psychological.
Yeah, and she just walks in to bars and just starts saying, "I want IPAs. I don't care."
And they're like,
"Yeah,
it's the 90s in England. We don't know what you're talking about."
But she's the princess, so
gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Do they not have India Pale Ales in the 90s? Is that just like 2010 onward?
I feel like if any country was gonna have something called India Pale Ale that has nothing to do with India, it would start with England.
Yeah, that probably would be. I just feel like you just go into a pub and you ask for a pint, and that's like the end of the discussion. Yeah.
It's a lager drink. They like their lager drinks.
They like their lager drinks. Yeah.
Have you guys actually seen Spencer? Because I haven't seen Spencer.
I did see it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Did you watch it for your show?
No, it's not wet at all. Yeah, unfortunately. Even though psychological terror is wet, but the royal family, automatically a very dry movie if they're involved at all. Yeah.
And for people who don't know what we're talking about, Sophie co-hosts a podcast called Is It Wet, where movies are based on like a wetness spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's no it's just about wetness, moisture.
Well, wetness encompasses like a wide spectrum of things. So fashion design can be wet, set design can be wet, acting choices, dialogue, characters themselves. So I've gotten to the point where I'm not sure what we mean by wet anymore, and it's great. It's great. Yeah.
What's wetter, The Shape of Water or Splash?
Because they have the similar theme of a forbidden marine love story. I would go with The Shape of Water because it's
fucking wet.
You can't get wetter than luring a fish man into loving you using boiled eggs. Like that's the wet it like. Unless I haven't seen Splash. If there's boiled eggs in Splash, I'm sorry.
I think there's a lobster in Splash.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the egg of crustaceans.
The egg of the sea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, The Shape of Water is so wet. So wet.
Yeah.
I love Shape of Water. I know it's divisive, but I just think it's Guillermo del Toro shooting on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
And I just also love any movie where the cat gets eaten. Not because I don't like cats. I just think it's a bold move. I think it's a bold move to do. Are you guys ready for the tweets of the week?
I'm ready for the tweets of the week. Sophie, do you know that they exist?
Yes, I do now. Yes.
All right.
So for those who've never seen the show before, what we do is we look at tweets. We look at tweets that I have painstakingly compiled and then have painstakingly organized by dumping them into my Gmail drafts. I've been told this is not the way to do it. I've been told that there must be a better way. I have had other ways described to me. People have said, Rachel, that's wild that you do it that way. And all I can say to all those people who I have already spoken to is this is me. This is a reflection of me, and this is what I do. If you don't like it, then you don't like me.
That's the only thing you're capable of saying to that. I want the record to show that I, without qualification, love that you do that.
Thank you. And so if you like it, you can tell me, and if you don't like it, you're also allowed to tell me, just knowing that I've heard the criticism before to not organize the show's tweets by dumping them into the drafts.
Listen, if you stared into the madness of my computer organization skills, skills for like 5 seconds, you would see we're on the same page. I think this is a flawless system.
Great, thank you. All I've been waiting to hear is someone call my system flawless.
It's perfect.
Now, I can move on. Hello, Las Carcosa. I do agree it's getting drafty in here, but I assume that drafting here means drafts, which we all like, that it's a positive. Getting drafty, it's a good thing that it's so drafty. Everybody loves a good draft. So we're going to look at some tweets of the week. This is the favorite. This has 26,000 likes and was posted, I believe, today. So we're going to look at it right now. This is tweet number 1. Joe Dwyer tweets, still reckon. Always love a good use of the word reckon. Is he from England? We'll find out. This is the greatest written paragraph ever put to paper. So we're going to just read this out loud right now. In the Apollo years, NASA sent military test pilots into space, not poets or teachers. They came back in possession of extraordinary knowledge that, by dint of personality or professional inclination, they seemed helpless to communicate. As the Gemini and Apollo astronaut Michael Collins once put it, it was not within our ken to share emotions or to utter extraneous information. Asked what it was like to go to the moon, Apollo 12's Pete Conrad replied, super, really enjoyed it.
Wow. So what did they learn out there?
They learned that the moon was a real gas. It's real fruity. Can't get enough of that moon. 5 stars, top of the pops, best of the best. Put on the greatest hit CD because the moon is great.
Yeah, no, this is a blurb that like Ain't It Cool News would put for like Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Yes, yeah. Every time I've gone to a friend's noise show, that's been my response at the end. It's like,
super.
Really enjoyed it.
Really
need to go.
I can only imagine. We're looking at Pete Conrad now. Amazing. I love him already. He's my favorite astronaut. Just looking at a single photo of him, I've already dumped in my mind all the others, and he is now my boyfriend. Who's that?
Go to the picture of him with the globe and the hat, please.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Love man.
And of course, it's really hard to say you love someone when you don't know anything about them. This is the part where I find out he's racist, or I find out that he once fell in a hole and then like made strange comments about the hole, and now I'm like too embarrassed to like him.
Men with holes is a thing that we've learned through this show. We've learned a lot about men in holes.
Okay. I love. It looks like he's just like naked in a hamper in space.
Yeah, I can just tell you right now. I'm gonna be more sad than normal if Pete Conrad turns out to suck.
He is dead.
How do you get Pete from Charles? Can we talk about this? His real name is Charles. What the fuck? It's classic Pete.
We're gonna figure. We have a lot of questions about Pete Conrad now. Let's do some research. He died in 1999 at the age of 69.
Nice.
Class. Great. Well done.
When he died in 69, he died at 69 of a motorcycle accident, which makes me think that I don't know if he was hit. So yeah, he was 70 years old driving a motorcycle, which I think is like pretty cool. Even though he died, I think he's a cool guy.
I like that they go out of their way to say he was wearing a helmet at the time and was operating within the speed limit. Pete Conrad had a responsible motorcycle accident that killed him.
Anything else you guys want to know? He
I mean, I want to understand why he's called Pete.
Yeah, I want to understand that too.
Yeah,
Is it in solidarity, just as a callback with Princess Diana? Was he like, I will not be known as Charles? That's canceled as a name.
Yeah, I don't know when he started going by. First of all, great and genuine question. Second, I don't know when he started going by Pete, so I don't know if the depths of Charles's betrayal to Diana were clear yet. In what I presume was the 40s or 50s, whenever he took the name.
Right.
Charles Conrad. Yeah, it just doesn't sound good. Maybe he just has great taste.
Yeah, maybe he just like looked at himself in the mirror and he's like, you know what? I'm really a Pete more than a Charles.
Yes, he's right.
Yeah, I mean, does this look like a Charles to you? I don't think so.
No.
Mm-hmm. But there's one thing that I've discovered on the show is that looking through Wikipedia is not always as fun as I think it'll be. Let's return to the tweet in question. I can't believe we're not getting more jokes out of this giant wall of text.
That none of us has ever looked at, scanned for the best parts. Nope, not okay. So there's a follow-up to the initial tweet. Is there anything in that?
Yeah, I do like that he feels that he has to clarify that it's not a dig at astronauts, except it's generalizing and recognize why you'd want to send pilots instead of poets. Poets would just fucking die. They don't know how to pilot big spaceships. So I think it's a great piece of writing, and is all I said. It has a great build up and the perfect last line. Smile whenever I read it. This feels like somebody who got like 2 sassy quote tweets and then felt like they needed to defend themselves, which is something that happens to me all the time. People are like, just to clarify, when I posted this lighthearted anecdote, I did not mean that all astronauts should be in jail. I didn't mean that. Do you guys have favorite astronauts?
For a while, Buzz Aldrin. That's the thing. I think if you were a man, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, you could just call yourself anything. You're like, I'm Buzz. That's true. I'm Bub. I'm Bubbles. I'm Bub. What is Buzz Aldrin's? I got excited because he friended me on Facebook.
Yeah.
In like 2011, but then I know he friends a lot of people, so it's I think if you friend,
So Buzz Aldrin's maiden name is Edwin Eugene Aldrin Jr.
I'm looking up an anecdote about my favorite astronauts, an overstatement, but most notable one that I know of, for reasons no one else in my community knows about him, is Dan Barry. And he was on Survivor. Barr. Dan Barry. Yes, there he is with that hat. Yes. And Dan is a very smart, soft-spoken man. He's a lot, in many ways, like a Pete Gordon of his own time. And he was on Survivor, which is a show that typically casts people because they're good on television. But they cast him because he was an astronaut, and they paid the price dearly in his screen time. He had almost nothing to say the entire time that he was on Survivor.
So what you're saying is the tweet should be is the problem with sending astronauts into space is that when they get back, they make terrible Survivor contestants.
If I was Joe Dwyer and I could rewrite my own history, they make ineffective, unengaging Survivor contestants that you're still rooting for because they're harmless. He's like a very kind, harmless man.
So, Adi, does that mean if we had like an all poet season of Survivor, it would be like the greatest thing we've ever seen. Would Jeff Probst be able to handle it? Like
That's fucking amazing. That's a fucking brilliant idea. And they're always trying gimmicks, but like, what if the gimmick was like, you're great at talking?
Yeah.
like maybe that should be their gimmick.
100% mortality rate, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Survivor 43 shooting the shit.
I do want to say that while I couldn't find why Pete Conrad's named Pete, I did find why Buzz Aldrin is named Buzz. His nickname, which became his legal name in '88, arose as a result of his older sister mispronouncing brother as Buzzer, which was then shortened to Buzz.
All right.
Okay.
What's Buzz's real first name? What was
it? Is Edwin Eugene Aldrin.
Edwin Aldrin. Edwin's a good name. I feel Edwin's an underrated name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just read a book with an Edwin in it.
Awesome.
Any other favorite astronauts? Any other favorite guys who are astronauts or people?
You know what? I was about to say I always love when they send a monkey into space. I don't think I do anymore.
I was about to say Leica, but yeah, it's just gonna bum everybody out.
Right. I think with the wisdom of time, I've learned that it's not that cool to put a monkey into space against their will.
I know this monkey looks pretty cool.
All right, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, any monkeys in space on DeviantArt, I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
But not like this real guy, not like this little guy.
Yeah, I mean, if they had a way of like measuring pleasure centers in a monkey and could confirm that the monkey was actually happy about it, then feed me that story all day.
Yeah. If you feel like if you could choose any animal to go into space, which one would you choose?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, a chinchilla.
That's the animal that dies if it gets wet.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's a good place to start.
Very on brand observation.
That's not true. That's not true that they die if they get wet.
I'm pretty sure. I grew up with like a family friends of the chinchilla family, and they might have just told me that, so like I didn't try to bathe their chinchilla, but
if
They're
it stays wet and cold. Oh yeah, all right.
It's Gremlins rules. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer. A gremlin. Get them off this planet. Right. I don't want them here.
DeCilo is riding hard for a single aphid.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't want to stop him.
I think it'd be really cute if, I think DeCilo has exactly the right idea. Do the entire thing to make this guy a little astronaut. That's definitely the fun choice. Any other last parting words on this tweet?
I mean, I think really simply, if we want to understand why this is popular, it's because it's just great.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just found something great and gave it to the world the easiest way they could get it. He didn't give them anything extra. Nailed it.
Sometimes you need to send a poet, but sometimes what you get is just a great poster.
Exactly.
Let's look at the next tweet, folks.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna upload this, and the next tweet is: every time I choke on something when I'm home alone, I think, not like this. Posted today, 40,000 likes. This is obviously a really great number for a very short quote, a very short joke tweet.
Like this.
Is this something that you guys have experienced before? Is this something that you have seen other people afraid of?
This is one of my worst fears. Every time I eat a bagel, I experience this tweet. I think it's the end. I think it's the end, and I'm like, maybe I should take smaller bites. Yeah.
For me, it's a Dorito or tortilla chip that a too big piece makes it down my throat with, and like I imagine it tearing my throat apart, and also staying there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do like how Jasillo says this is the ABC sitcom of tweets.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, is this person famous? They're not like I think they're in the entertainment industry, but I don't think they are like.
I mean, they got their check, but
Yes.
but we're in an era where it's a lot easier to get your check.
Yeah. But Padma Lakshmi says this happened to me with some chili crisp, and my life flashed before my eyes. So even incredibly glamorous Top Chef co-hosts have been afraid of this, which makes sense because they are probably constantly eating.
Right.
You guys know I was a diner on Top Chef when they were in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. There are 2 clips of me in the episode, and I got to meet the judges. And Padma Lakshmi was. Is there any clips of me? There can't be. Somewhere I do have the screenshot saved, because they caught. So it was the first time they had ever had fans in the actual Top Chef kitchen. So they had a bunch of shots of excited super fans walking in, and they caught me going fist pump.
How did you?
That's me. I'm right behind the tall guy.
What was the selection process, Adi?
So my friend Jeremy actually got us on. So they were filming in Boston. We kind of knew about it, but it was like technically not public. But he was following, and Tom Colicchio and I'm blanking on Gwen's last name. But anyway, the other judge, they posted like asking, "Are you Top Chef's super fan? What's your story? How do you prove it?" And we had just gotten back from a trip to New Orleans, inspired in part by their season in New Orleans. We ate at a bunch of restaurants that they visited and ate at. And so he told them that story, and they were like, "Great, come on in, and please bring a friend from your trip." And the next morning, we had to get out to set by like 7, 8 a.m. But we weren't actually out to set. We were in a parking lot where they made us sign paperwork, and then they put us in a van and drove us around nowhere for a while. And then they brought us to like what was basically like an airplane hangar that they had turned into their set. And I think it was out near Framingham ultimately.
Okay.
And we waited in a room for like 4 hours, and we were not eating other than like some tiny like Nilla wafers and water and stuff like that. And the water was Puff Daddy's brand of water, which tasted like salt.
I feel like that's the opposite of what water is supposed to taste like.
I know.
Like, I'm not a water expert.
And
I have a lot of questions now.
Yeah, it was called Aqua. I think it's called like Aqua Hydrate, if I remember correctly, which is really dumb. Yeah. That was it. It's just not good. It's him and Mark Wahlberg's water.
Whoa,
that's right.
Whoa.
And that's all they were giving
water.
us. It's so bad. Yeah, it did make us P. Diddy. Lots and lots of P. Diddy.
I know.
But yeah, we made a couple of friends. There were probably like 60-ish of us fans there, and we made good friends with a couple people at our table that we sat at for hours and hours and hours. And then we went in, and they were finishing making their food, and we got to watch them finish making it, and then we got to eat it and hang out and talk to the judges. And Tom Colicchio was very upset about how my favorite dish had been cut. That it was like a meat cut the wrong way. And that person almost went home that episode. And the only dish I didn't like won the episode.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was funny.
You're so agreeable. How could they find one you didn't like?
I mean, I didn't think it was bad, but I felt like it had a bunch of stuff in it that was just for show. It just like seemed like, I don't know. There's a fruit. There's an Asian fruit that tastes like cotton candy that I can't remember, and that was in it, and it completely dominated the flavor of it. It wasn't durian. It wasn't mango tree. It was it wasn't dragon fruit. It was that one. The 9 weirdest fruits. What's that one?
I don't know.
Was it jackfruit? It was jackfruit, I think. I think it was jackfruit, and it was just not the sort of thing that blends with other ingredients. It tasted to me like the same way, like had he dumped ketchup on it, I'd be like, okay, cool. You did all these things, and then you made me not taste it.
So one thing is apparently jackfruit doesn't play well with others, which I'm learning. Another thing is I'm learning that I would not be able to tell the difference between durian and jackfruit in the wild. I would panic, and I would grab this one. I would say, I got the jackfruit, honey. And then you'd be like, Rachel, you idiot. Jackfruit has much smaller bumps. And I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. We're trapped on this island, and I'm freaking out. So don't yell at me.
Jackfruit does not smell very much at all.
Durian has a very strong particular smell. Is what
Durian smells like hot garbage, like actively. Not as a like insult to durian, as a descriptor.
Let's get a Google smell going.
But durian, apparently the reaction to the durian smell is kind of like one of those cilantro things. Like most people are grossed out by the durian smell, and then some people just don't care even a little.
I do like how many pictures of these there are of people. This is like a clip art of a guy holding his nose in front of a durian.
Do either of you have the cilantro gene?
No, I'm good with cilantro.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have any genes, so I think I'm fine.
I'm married into my in-laws have the cilantro gene. So I worry that it's gonna like turn its ugly head with my children, when they hit puberty like X-Men. Their superpower will be hating my cooking.
Oh boy, that's I hope your kids grow up powerless.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
By that I mean they don't. I hope they like your cooking. Here is the next tweet of the week. It was posted yesterday and currently has 150,000 likes. So if you don't like it, you're wrong, because
what is wrong with you?
How many people liked it? It must be a great tweet. And the tweet is, I'm anti-rock climbing. Get down from there.
That is very simple.
Yeah. Real simple. Someone just said no.
No.
Are they climbing, or is that just the rock responding?
I'm so thrown off by the scale of this photo. Thank you, Italian rights activist.
I like this. Climbers like to use fisheye lenses to make everything look more dangerous. It's like wrestling. Climbing is 90% fake.
It's real to me. It's real to me.
Well, you immediately get this guy underneath going like, yeah, man, so fake, LOL. And then like posts a picture of him climbing, which I feel like is very try hard. It's like, just let the guy make his little joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one's reading this getting convinced by that guy.
Yeah.
I like it how other replies are all just people saying no. I get it. Listen, I'm just like a cat man. I like climbing up to high places.
I do really enjoy this tweet. I want to be clear that I am happy it exists.
Me too. My boyfriend's really into rock climbing, and yeah, I agree completely. It's dramatic. There's just it's you're scampering. You're like putting your limbs into like you're smashing your little limbs and feet into the little crevices to get it's just it's unnecessary. It's really unnecessary.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I've rock climbed a fair amount. And none since I was like 23. And I feel like that corresponds directly with me getting control over my life.
Someone said, you can't tell us what to do. And then a Photoshop of them climbing the rock, which very clever. Very fun.
Evergreen pun.
Yeah, I think it's just like mostly just people. Every climber in the world has responded to this with either no, which is a picture of them, with a video of them falling down.
And that's part of the, the success of this tweet is that it gave insecure people an opportunity to let the world know they exist.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if there's like a lot of opportunities for rock climbers to be defensive. So I feel like this is a great opportunity for them to be like, hey, leave me alone.
Are they a protected group? Is that a protected minority, rock climbers? I don't think it should be, but I feel like from their reaction, some of them think it should be.
Yeah.
I will give you, I think if you belay, that's adorable and romantic. So if you have like a guy or any gender, women can belay now.
It's 2022.
I think you have a strong man belaying you. That's cool. It's the free solo shit that makes it everybody else's problem. That's giving everybody else anxiety. But if you have like a little buddy and you have an understanding, that's cool. But yeah.
I mean, what I'll give to rock climbing, it was very meaningful for me when I was a teenager, and my summer camp helped me realize that I could do things that I didn't think I could do. And that was, that was like genuinely very cool at that age,
Yeah. Yeah. When I had a scampering little kid body, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I like when my body needed to be higher than it was. We all I dreamed of as I slept in my little kid bed was reaching the top shelf and saying hi to the flowers I couldn't quite get to. Then rock climbing was a perfect solution to my problems.
When you're built like Gollum, you gotta. There's gonna be some scampering.
Let's see if there's any kid rock climbers. Let's see.
You're gonna get Kid Rock posts.
Oh yeah.
No, all right, good job on you. It's just my brain that fucked up.
I think you're just like if there's one thing that'll make me quit the show, it's us having to talk about that stupid Kid Rock who I hate. He owes me money. His politics are bad. One time he parked in my driveway without asking, and I just can't stand him.
Yeah. And you know what? I had to go get some groceries, but he went on a walk for an hour and 20 minutes. Nothing to be done. Turned off his cell phone. Fuck you for centering.
He really, really screwed up your Sunday afternoon that time.
But that's what I get for living in the suburbs of Detroit, as I do.
Yeah, one day you'll get back at him.
Yeah, no. Let the record show that I don't want to deal with Kid Rock because he upsets me. He came out with like his new brand is like hard in on like Trumpism and stuff like that.
I do love the only thing that I've ever liked Kid Rock for is this picture when he says he has three.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you. That's why I'm on this show. I've never seen it. I love it.
And to be clear, this is like my main knowledge of him is like this particular tweet he did.
Hey, authority.
Like if people parodied it, it's perfect. I think about this tweet all the time. I'm like, I just want to sit next to a thing on the wall and just give a finger to the authority.
And like, it's not so that the like judge can see him. It's very, very surreptitious. It's very, It's very middle school. I love it.
I feel like he's probably there just touring the offices or something. He had someone else take that photo for him, which I also delight. Like he asked someone, he's like, "Oh, I've got a great idea. You know, it's gonna be great."
Me giving the finger next to a sign.
While I'm wearing, I don't know, a European soccer shirt.
With my hair in a tidy queue.
Wait, can we repart my hair? We're
like, it's too center. We need it slightly off center to really hammer the message home. Anyway, that was a great tweet. We're on to the next one. Here we go. When I was a waitress, there was a kindly old man with a cane who came in every day, sat at the bar, ate eggs, and never said a word until one day someone was rude to him and he unscrewed the top of his cane out a fucking sword. Posted today. 129,000 likes. Again, if you don't like this tweet, you're wrong. Because 129,000 people were like, that's amazing.
Yeah. The highest Q rating. That's a perfect tweet.
I think we know from The Shape of Water, if your diet is mostly eggs, you're vicious. You're gonna take out a sword, eat a cat. Yeah.
All bets are off. If you mostly eat eggs.
Yeah. You had way too much protein.
And Gaston. Gaston's another movie character who eats a lot of eggs.
It's true. He eats, I think, 5 dozen eggs.
A day, raw, out of a glass?
I actually kind of forget exactly what his egg deal is.
Well, now that I'm large, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge.
So when he was a lad, he ate 4 dozen eggs. So
no, when he was a lad, he ate 4 dozen. Now that he's grown, he eats 5. Okay. Because that's the difference between lads and adults. 1 dozen eggs.
I remember when my brother had his bar mitzvah, and after that, he started eating way more eggs. Also, this is like how smooth my brain is. When I was trying to remember this lyric, the first lyric that came to my head was, he eats 4 dozen eggs going up and 5 dozen eggs going down, which is me combining the Gaston lyrics with the If I Were a Rich Man lyrics. Imagining a rich man going upstairs while eating 4 dozen eggs.
Now, are the eggs they're positioned on the staircase, and he like picks them up as he goes up, and they're on the other banister as he goes down.
Exactly.
Dibble dibble double dibble double dibble double dum.
If I had a lot of eggs, if I had eggs, I would eat them all going down.
Yeah. So the conversion rate, is it you increase by a dozen when you get that older, or is it a percentage? Is it just that it's 120% when you know you're older? I just want to know so that I can be older.
Right. Yeah, I just would expect it to like be increasing like more exponentially as he gets older. But I mean, yeah, maybe it just maybe as you get older, you actually can tolerate less eggs.
I'm just doing some really quick math.
All right, okay.
Please leave me alone for the
So
next.
was he at 3 dozen as a baby?
So I think 48 is 80% of 5 dozen, which is 60. So he went up 20%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he went up. It's a 20% increase. And yeah, but there's got to be a tipping point, right? Do you plateau at 5 dozen? If you make it to large or to grown? Yeah. Gaston egg fan art. Here we are. This is where the show had to go. Stu Pickles, what are you doing here?
He's bringing him eggs.
I think Stu Pickles is out egging him.
Fun fact, someone once asked me, I believe the other week, if I have safe mode on. I do have safe search on, but I didn't know last week, and this is something I just like very chipperly do on the reg on the show, even though that like if that's off, safe search was off, God knows what would be appearing right now.
Right? We'd be ending the network and possibly Twitch. That's not Gaston. Would you mind scrolling up for a moment? And can we look at this demotivational poster? One row down, I think, on the left. There we go. The 4 dozen eggs. Yeah. Deviant art. There it is.
Deviant art. I love.
Take a drink.
Everyone take a drink for Deviant Art. We did set up a drinking game. We just did not tell you until this moment. So we hope you have your beer ready regardless. Take a drink right now for every mention of Deviant Art on this program.
It makes its way into at least every episode.
Yeah, I think in most episodes we're like, let's look at some fan art, guys. I think it's important to our understanding of this issue. Whatever we're talking about.
I think Deviant Art fan art is the best distillation of the cultural consciousness.
Yeah. Deviant Art is the best. And I'm really glad that they made it so that they are constantly now searching. I think it's OpenSea to make sure that nobody is stealing any art from Deviant Art. I think that's important.
Yeah.
I think this is the last tweet I have for this week, but this came out again today. 54.4 thousand likes, and it just says Stephen Wilhite, creator of the GIF, has died. It's pronounced GIF, and someone wrote, "I guess he's with John now."
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while, the successful tweet is the one that had to be written.
Oh, is someone getting unreasonably angry about it?
Yeah, someone writes in response, people act like this is supposed to be a clever burn, as if English isn't a cobbled together gutter, Frankenstein's monster of a language that's overflowing with bizarre, contradictory spelling and pronunciations. Look at GH and tell me GIF is somehow beyond the pale. To which the Joker replied, "Well, you've certainly shown me and my little joke." To which they replied, "It just bugs me. 1, I think I'm right. 2, I didn't think of the job joke first." Someone then wrote, "You still had a chance to say that it just bugs you." Be vigilant, pronounced, responding to that, that's my point though. English has no real standards. Nothing makes sense. Nothing is as it seems. Oof. So either way works. and can be defended with counterexamples. I say go with the inventor's preferred way, at which point they say I actually agree with your premise, but not the conclusion. Popular usage trumps intent. That's just a historical inevitability. Then they write, I'm only going to chime in with the fact that the inventor pronounced it like that because he liked the peanut butter brand Jif. At which point they responded, ha 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 ha, shit, I might pronounce it his way now.
That's why? Oh, God.
Apparently.
It's a really good joke. It's a really good joke.
Right.
I like that he called it a silly little joke. He gets it. He knows what he was doing.
Now, in honor of Stephen Wilhite, do you guys have favorite GIFs that you are indebted to him for enjoying?
I mean, one of my go-tos is if you do a GIF for truck on fire. There's I find very useful. It's the second one.
This one
here. This is
beautiful. I love that it does drive through water that's nowhere near the point of flame.
Yeah.
My favorite GIF I found on Tumblr was the entire movie of American Psycho in GIF. And it was a really efficient way to watch the movie. I was like, great, because I've seen it before and I don't really want to rewatch it, but I don't know if I'd be able to find it, but it's great. It's great. You're like,
so incredible.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, I happened upon someone mentioned the Schitt's Creek folded in scene today, and I looked at GIFs and found one that is the entire scene. And that's just, it's kind of nice to like actually remember that there's a context and the joke builds. Yeah, I think it might be that fourth one. That's the font I remember seeing it in.
You fold it in. I understand that, but how? How do I fold it? Do you fold it in half on a piece of paper and drop it in the pot? Or what do you do? David, I can't show you everything. Okay, well, can you show me one thing? Here's what you do. You just fold it in. I don't know how to fold broken cheese like that.
And that's it. That's
it.
Like, to me, the actual best line in that scene is, but can you just show me one thing?
Someone said that there's no reason for white people to ever post a GIF of a black person because Schitt's Creek has every single GIF you would ever need for any scenario.
Yeah, that's fair.
Insult, you're the best. You're the best. Yeah. I really, really enjoy, I think he's called Internet Kid. Just the GIF of the kid sitting, typing, and going thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. A timeless reminder that, when you're surfing, you should have fun. Yeah.
His name is...
Yeah?
His name is Brent Rambo.
Really?
Yeah. The signature that comes up says Brent Rambo.
Wait, do you know what this is? Do you know the lore of this?
No.
GIF? Like, where is it? Okay.
No, I think it's like, if it's not an AOL like info video, it's something like that. Like it's 1993, and anyone can use the internet. You can do it from your home.
I can't believe his name was Brent Rambo. That's an insane name.
Yeah. I don't know if it's real or if it's just what they gave him for that clip.
I mean, he's coming. His adult form, and I say adult form like people like evolve like Pokemon.
Yeah.
This is what happened after he got to 5 dozen eggs.
They used the 5 dozen egg stone on him, and he became a man. And he also had a bar mitzvah, and now he looks like this. And you can find the Brent Rambo original YouTube on YouTube if you want to see it in its longer glory. But yeah, I think for me, an underrated aspect of this GIF rather, is the completely uninterested girl behind him. Just because I feel like she's so close to internet fame and internet immortality, but she just never turns.
Well, and this is also an era of very large computers. So if you're in a school computer lab, you're like on each other.
Mm-hmm. She is working. She's in repose. She's working on something. Yeah.
Oh my God. This is kind of, I mean, a bit of a, she's silenced by history, isn't she?
Yeah. Now I'm like obsessed with like the girl behind Brent Rambo. I'm like, what is her story? And we'll never know. Apparently, Brent Rambo approves of his new stardom. Apparently, he's been making, a little renaissance of him having done this video that became so famous. But again, I'm like, where is the girl? I want to know about the girl.
If the girl was charging $35 for cameos, I would buy one right now.
Yeah. I want to know about her.
Girl behind Brent Rambo at cameo.com.
Yeah. She's erased from the art, the fan art.
Yeah, you need her.
Women's accomplishments are just erased from history.
And to see a hard-working woman like this overshadowed by just a cool skateboard, I assume, owner who's just totally clowning for the camera. It really just makes you want to barf. Feminism hasn't won yet. That's what I say.
Brent Rambo like woke up one day at that computer that his family bought for him and felt like it was his, and started to take cool credit for it. And you know what she's doing? She's learning how to code. That's what she's doing back there.
That's a woman in STEM. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's gonna fucking make this GIF years later.
She probably made the GIF. She
author of her own demise, really.
Yeah.
She could have chosen one where she was more framed. Okay, that one.
Uncanny Valley. Nope, don't want it.
No.
Yeah, somebody like made it a child, put their face on the child.
I imagine so it looks like it was like for an promotional Apple video. I imagine maybe there is a subplot in the original video with her, but I guess we all have to after we log off, we all have to watch that video. Yeah.
I would absolutely watch if like a Netflix series that did half-hour deep dives on popular GIFs.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fantastic.
I think there are. I don't know if I have favorite GIFs, but there are GIFs that I would strike from the cultural record just because I'm really tired of seeing them. For example, the woman who spits out drink.
Yes.
And that's in my wheelhouse because that's from CBS Big Brother.
Yeah, so I'm like, I've seen this GIF, probably 500,000 times, and that's just in the last week or so. If I never saw this GIF again, I think it'd be fine. Honestly, I feel like there's other ways for us to signify that we find something funny. And I've never said this like a woman has been overexposed through the act of a 2-second moment, but I think in this case it's true.
No, it's really it's gross. It's super gross.
Yeah.
Other overused GIFs. This one is also another meme. I don't even know what movie or TV show this is from, but Jonah Hill is too excited. This one is always used by pricks.
So this is going to be awkward, isn't it? I like that GIF.
This one?
No. I like the one that's used by pricks.
I gotta be a proponent of the American Psycho gifts. I think it produces the richest content.
I do think that
that's very good.
yeah.
The Leo DiCaprio toasting one that I could stand never seeing again.
Yeah.
A lot of the clapping, the standard clapping ones, I don't like and don't want. I see too much clapping. The Orson Welles clapping, Leo DiCaprio clapping,
Michael Scott clapping, guy from American's Got Talent. He's just Dwayne Johnson clapping. I know. I feel like people were making fun of Brendan Fraser because he claps weird, and I just feel like that's mean.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
I also think Nicole Kidman has
Garibaldi says that they remember someone saying American Psycho gifs are reframing the movie. All right, that's very good.
Yeah, I do like the Nicole Kidman giant nails clap. Oh, that's good.
That's like one step away from The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Sophie's like, this is a very wet clap.
Oh, yeah, that's wet. That's wet as hell. Yeah. I think it must be the lens, but or it's just her showing us her true form, which I love and I support.
She's obviously capable of clapping like a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those are all my tweets for this week. So I'm gonna close out this Google image search and this stopping sharing.
I love the inception moment. And now it's my time.
It's your time.
It's my time. Sophie, are you ready for my time?
I'm very ready.
Yeah, here we go. All right. So thank you, Ansel. Yes, you're here for it. Let's soak this in. I've been prepping for this bit my entire life, I think. So I don't go on Twitter very much. I lurk a little bit, but yeah. My best stuff isn't there. My best material is always in parenting corners of Facebook. And so at the beginning of my time on this show, I was finding a parenting meme from the internet and just kind of giving Rachel and the viewers an insight into what plays there. And Rachel one day posed the question, do you make any? And the answer was not yet. And so now I do. Now I make a parenting meme a week. But this week I want to try something new. I got stuck in the weeds making this tweet. I'm happy with its final form, but I'm going to also, after I show you its final form, show you its other version and maybe even tell you a little bit about my struggle.
Sure. Let's see.
All right. So first we share my screen. I'm a very, very good tech. All right. There we go. That's where we want to be. And there we go. Wait, is that coming up? No, it's not looking right. I'm annoyed. All right. Proceed. Talk for a second. I'm going to fix it.
Indeed, you're asking us to vamp. That's something I have experience with. You know what? One GIF I will never throw away is the one where Tom Cruise makes Brad Pitt into a vampire. Sophie, is there a GIF that you would never throw away? Never, ever.
Probably, I think the oldie but a goodie. I think the Elmo surrounded by fire it is overused, but I think it communicates so much. Elmo in hell. It's just I can't get rid of it. It dates me, but okay.
I think I'm ready for this.
I hope we vamped good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Something weird is happening with my computer right now. I'm gonna be honest. What? I don't think
You know,
this
it
is
just-
gonna work. I'll try it, but I don't. Yeah, it's not working again. Same deal. Don't worry. I've got one more idea. Everybody be cool.
You know what GIF I like, Sophie? Is the one where Cookie Monster sees a giant cookie, and then he looks at the camera. He's like, "What have I done for God to celebrate me?" So that is my favorite GIF.
Yeah, I think that a Sesame Street.
There we
GIF
go.
is
I've
kind
got
of,
this.
You know, can't
Ah.
beat it.
3, 2, 1.
We did it.
We did it. All right. Okay. All right. We did it. We're here. Thoughts? Yeah.
Is this verbatim what your 1-year-old said to you?
No, what she said while it was happening most recently was, ah! Well, so my 1-year-old has a thing about being on her back on the changing table specifically,
Okay.
where she doesn't want to do it. And thank you, Ron Scotch. Yep. And she really wants to she wants to roll around, she wants to crawl around, she wants to flip over to her tummy and open the box where we have her butt wipes. And it's a problem if right under her is a very poopy diaper. And because then one option is she rolls around on it. And so that's the bad option. So you have to so one thing I do that's successful a lot of the time is I can play with her to just distract her from her displeasure. But sometimes that doesn't work, or I don't have it in me. And then I resort to pinning my child. And but still she'll wriggle around, and inevitably it just fucking happens. It just fucking happens, and you just keep touching poop. And you feel like your hands are just, you have to be a surgeon walking around. You don't want to touch anything with your poop hands.
First of all, knowing what you have just said, I think it is the height of foolishness to ever say, "I'm someone who will not touch poop today." We can just assume you'll be touching poop every day for the foreseeable future. Item 2. Dee, I just realized that I didn't show you the article, which I know would drive you into the throes of madness. Did you see the New York Times article, "Don't play with your kids seriously"?
Don't play with your kids what?
Seriously.
Yeah.
No.
May I show you this article header?
Yeah.
Which again, can't emphasize enough. This will lead you into the throes of madness.
Okay.
I'll share just because I feel like you would appreciate how insane this is.
As a child social worker, I'm gonna keep my mind open to this potential concept. Maybe I should see if it has merit.
So
Not interacting with your children.
Do you see the article?
I did. Yes.
Here it is. Here it is.
Yep.
Don't play with your kids seriously. I have 3 kids under 10 who don't expect or even want to play with me. It took some practice, but over time, we've all learned we're better off doing our own thing.
Oh, they have some.
The constant wrangling and vigilance were so exhausting that my husband and I didn't have the energy to play the way my son preferred.
The way they preferred to play as a child. That's great.
I really, it is no small surprise that I think this is very incorrect.
Yep.
I think most of the best lessons that I've been able to teach my toddler have come up in the very safe form of we're doing this in a thing that doesn't actually matter and doesn't have any actual stakes, and so we can deal with conflict within the confines of this totally made up stupid thing, or conflict or complex feelings or anything like they come up with now a concrete example that I can use to refer back to. It is difficult to play with kids. It is very difficult to play with kids. Good improvisers are some of the best people at playing with kids because we don't fucking care about how it goes. And we know that the rules don't really fucking matter. And what matters is that everyone does well, and like I just want my kid to make strong choices. You guys want to know a strong choice that Sydney made today?
Please.
Sure.
Sydney comes in from she gets driven home by Doris from daycare. I am home. I'm working from home. So she comes in while I'm starting to cook. And so I'm at the stove. And she comes in the door. She gets in before everyone else. And she's just there. And she's just standing there. And she says, "Hi, Daddy." And I say, "Hi, Sydney." And she says, "I had a good day." And I said, "Great. Do you have any extra hugs for me?" And she says, "No." Pauses. I ran out of them.
Oh,
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Asserting her boundaries.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. Letting you know. Oh,
And
that's
no,
great.
and then she said, "I think I could find one for you."
oh no.
We love a child bureaucrat. We love who's willing to bend the rules occasionally. Yeah.
Also, can I just say, I ran out of hugs is like the Hall & Oates hit they didn't write. I ran out of hugs.
But I could find one more. But I could find one more.
This is an amazing song we're writing. Please come by next week. We'll have the finished production of it ready to stream for you all on Bandcamp and wherever you get your music.
I think my my effort to show you my process is squashed by the difficulties my computer is having screen sharing tonight. So I'm just gonna tell you what the initial version I had for my meme was. So the same punchline of my 1-year-old, "The fuck you are," and this was kind of you're pointing out that I said something no one should ever say. It's because I started with the punchline. I wanted my 1-year-old saying "the fuck you are," and I needed to get to that. So my initial one, and I really struggled with the grammar of this. So the grammar did not work on it, but I still loved it. So it is me. "I won't touch poop today. I won't touch poop today. I won't touch poop today. My 1-year-old, the fuck you are." Yeah. Memes don't actually work as great when you narrate them. More of a visual medium.
I mean, I like a good description of a dream, so I'm not one to ask. I think people describing their dreams is hilarious. I think it's so cute when you think that I will get what you got from the things that happened to you.
And then, like, I was on a bus and we were going like past this pond that I don't even remember the name of it, but it was really important when I was growing up. And we were going past there, and I think a couple people got off. And then we were at a grocery store, and
I'm gonna tell you,
your
I'm
dad was
thriving.
there.
I'm thriving. Look at me thriving. And with that thriving, I think we're reaching the end of the show. But for a final outro, we're just gonna throw it to Sophie. Sophie, I believe you are not just a guest on the show. You are a comedian and artist who has other ventures outside of the parameters of this past 80 minutes. Please tell us what you are doing and what people should watch, see, read, or smell.
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, as we said at top, if you want something really good to smell, check out Is It Wet podcast. We're having the Wet Oscars this Monday. It's like the Oscars, but it's wet. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's anywhere you get your podcasts. I perform improv at Union Comedy. I have a show on April 2nd at 7:30 with Raw Meat, new team. And and I'm on the 69 show on this channel every other Friday. Correct?
Mm-hmm. So if I'm trying to put Is It Wet into the chat. If I can do that, let's see if I can. There we go. Is It Wet's in the pot. The Is It Wet podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts, including the link that I just put in the chat. Also see Sophie at Union, which is outside of Union Square in Somerville. If you know where Wings Over Somerville is, you know where the theater is. Same place. And so catch Sophie and her hilarious co-host Caitlin, who will also be at Union Comedy very soon. Adi, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh no, I'll plug. But I don't actually know the date offhand that it's going to air. Maybe you do. But beloved show of many 2MB watcher, Quarantine Action Wrestling. Yes. In canon, every character on the show died when the sun swallowed the earth. But apparently there's a parallel universe where we can host an April Fool's show, and we're gonna do it. We're back for April Fool's Gold. Is it on the 5th? I think it's airing on this here internet network.
Let me.
I'm very excited.
I can check, but it will take more time.
That's fine. I can say something about this episode, which is that in this parallel universe, the same wrestlers, the same characters are there, but they somehow are played by people with very different bodies. So yeah, it's gonna be a really weird, fun time.
Also, the special is on April 10th. So it's just April 1st with just a little 0 next to it. That's easy to remember. I won't forget, and I can't think. For myself, you can catch me on Twitter at RAJ Andelman. I have some poetry coming out. I have some more comics I'm working on. And I'm working on a romance novel, so some of that is going to come out somehow. But otherwise, you can also catch me this Friday at Union Comedy. Again, that's near Wings Over Somerville in Somerville. That's how I describe where it is. I am in Magic: The Gathering, the show, the only improvised show based on Magic, the card game, that you're likely to see, at least if you are in the Boston area. Who knows what's going on in Toronto? I can't vouch for that scene. But if you like magic, you like fantasy, you like nerdship, and you like improv, come to this Friday show. I believe it's 7:30. We will be playing a card game of Magic right on stage and playing it out. So catch it there. That's my plugs. Any other last words for our viewers before we sign off, Sophie and or Adi?
Mm-hmm.
Just one of these.
If you're at a computer, you're cool. Post your favorite GIF tonight, and remember the creator of the GIF who died, but not for nothing, because we have his beautiful art and his artworks all around us. So good night, good luck, and good GIFing.